What's going on, guys? I am Toxic Jordan. Welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be taking down the Fighting Legend Goku event with the low-class warrior team to get the new mission done here. So we've got this mission to clear with the low-class warriors. So yeah, we're going to hop in and see if we can make that happen. I decided, because this is the original Legendary Goku event, and is not nearly as difficult to clear as like the Legendary Vegeta event or the GT Legendary Goku event, I figured we would try it with the full free-to-play Team Bardock squad and see if we can take it down with the new Bardock and then all of the Team Bardock characters. Everybody here is on a 200%, full 200% leader skill right now, so we will see how they perform. Okay, how are we looking turn 1 here? I suppose not too bad so far. We do want to try to get as many super attacks in for the Bardocks as possible. Because they do need to super attack 3 times in order to fully build up their passive. And I do want to keep this Tora on rotation as well, because he is infinitely stacking attack and defense. So that's going to be really, really good for us by the time we get to the end. I'm going to have to decide who else I want to keep on rotation. Probably Shugesh on the other rotation, because he infinitely stacks defense. And then everybody else doesn't really need to build up, so we can probably just have Fasha Borgos and the STR Bardock be our floaters. They're kind of the only units that I'm worried about. Well, definitely not Bardock, right? But Borgos and Fasha, when it comes to like the very final stages, I'm actually curious how they're going to hold up. Because I assume that Tora and Shugesh will be fine, because they're going to be building stats. So by the time we get to the end, they'll be more comfortably built up. But I don't know if I can say the same about, you know, Fasha, especially because she does have to rely on like dodging. And in the final phase, he cancels dodge. So she's definitely going to get hit there. And then, yeah, Tora's kind of relies, or not Tora, Borgos kind of relies on stunning and stuff too, stunning and sealing, and he isn't able to do that here, obviously, so we'll see what happens. He does have a lot of crit, though. That is pretty nice. Alright, turn 3 with all these storied figures. We already have the active skill available. Obviously, we're going to save that for way later in the fight. Okay, and we want to make sure, so this is going to be our second super attack with this Tech Bardock. Once we're at 3, we'll be fully built up. I just realized we got both of our Bardocks on the first turn, which is really bad, because that means that the Scouter goes away after just 5 turns, instead of being able to elongate that for like 6 or 7 turns, depending on if one of the Bardocks showed up on like turn 2 or 3. That's funny. That actually happened on the Legendary Vegeta event, too, when we did that run. So, that's kind of unfortunate. Okay, this Bardock is now fully built up because he got an additional super here. So, that was 3 super attacks. Perfect. He's going to have heck of a turn on this next one, because he's still going to have his entrance animation active on turn 5, and he's going to be fully built up. So we're going to see a really, really impressive turn from that Bardock. Our Bardock is now getting his first super attack. Yay! We weren't able to get that sooner because he had to get rotated off onto this rotation. I'm selecting a lot of same type orbs here. Maybe I should stop. We're kind of filling toward that Dokkan attack pretty quickly. And I just have a feeling we're going to want to get through that final stage as quickly as possible. We'll definitely save the Bardock active skills for the final stage, right? Alright, Borgos coming in with the crits. Very, very clutch. Wow. Yeah, that's really good. Okay, look at that. What, 400k defense? And that's pre-super, because he's also getting 50% on super attack, right? Man, what a guy. Very good stuff. Okay, so now here's the interesting thing. Bardock is fully built up, and he doesn't gain anything else from doing any more attacks, right? he's just going to sit stagnant where he's at. So, yeah, there's really no point in keeping him in the first slot for this rotation, because we are going to finish off the enemy here. I would rather give Tora another attack and defense raise. I think that that's smarter. Yeah, so we'll give him some more stacks. So as impressive a turn as this is for Bardock, we're not even going to get to see him do anything. I guess assuming that Tora kills here, then we won't get to see Bardock do anything. 2.3, yeah, he'll probably finish this guy off. Okay, but that is good to get another attack raise in there. Okay, so now my Bardock here is still building up. He's still not fully built at the moment. His entrance animation is already out. So that's a big thing with this Bardock, right? He's been around for quite a few turns at this point. What's Shugesh's defense looking like? That's getting pretty good so far. Okay, so we're just going to continue to raise his defense. We'll be good. But yeah, so like that's the thing, is he gets the additional 70% attack with his entrance animation, but then that only lasts 5 turns, right? So if you don't get his 3 super attacks in the first 5 turns, you're not going to see all the stat raises from his passive and the 70% attack from his entrance animation. So you're just never going to see him at his max potential. So yeah, that is kind of the one downside of using 2 Bardocks on the team, versus just running him on someone else's team and then being able to only have one of him. Because if you do have both of them and you don't get good rotations, like what you guys just saw happen to me, then one of your Bardocks is kind of screwed. Okay, so we're still hanging in there with these numbers, looking pretty good. We lost a little bit of attack there. Do I want to put... No, I'm going to put Bardock in the first slot here. I don't trust it. We lost the entrance animation, so we know we don't have the Scouter anymore. We could be getting super attacked up front, so I would rather not risk it. We'll just put Bardock up front for now. I just kind of don't want him to kill, because I would rather Tora be able to continue to stack. Oh no! Okay, well, maybe I should have put Tora in the first slot then. That's a little bit annoying. Okay, no shot he finishes this guy off with 100% of his HP at the moment, right? Not possible. Can't happen. Surely. Okay. That Dokkan attack is coming in. We're probably going to get it on the next turn. So I guess here's hoping that we do finish this guy off on this one rotation, so that we can use the Dokkan attack on a full HP enemy on the next rotation. Without getting an additional there with Bardock, that's going to be tough. I don't think so. Yeah, it looks like we're probably going to be wasting that Dokkan attack on this phase, unfortunately. But that's fine. What can you do? Alright, Fasha's still tanking decently. I was worried that she was going to start taking damage, but I do kind of forget, like, it's been a long time since I've really used these guys, right? The last time that I seriously took this free-to-play Team Bardock squad into an event to try and beat it was probably before they got their easy A's. So, I'm just not, like, too well-versed in, like, their current power, I guess is the thing. Oh, no, we're gonna not make the same mistake we made last time, right? We're gonna do this with Tora as a smarter idea so that he can continue to build up. It's actually kind of lucky he still has type advantage, because now we know that Dokkan attack is probably gonna do some work. Oh, I failed one. I'm so bad. Last time I failed one of the clicks, the enemy survived with a smidgen of HP, so hopefully that doesn't happen here. Just in the interest of time. Okay, it happened again. I'm pretty sure he would have finished him off if I didn't miss the one node. Dang it. Well, that's fine. We get to see these pretty Bardock animations. Okay, so here's where things really start ramping up in this event, right? Our defense numbers are looking pretty good. Okay, so at this point, our Bardock is fully built up too, right? 5 links active. Very good. Yeah, and Shugesh's defense is looking pretty good too. Obviously, Borgos's defense isn't looking good, but he has type advantage here, so I think he should be okay either way. Okay. And now we just hope we don't die. Yeah, I'm sorry. Only 4 million damage with no guaranteed crits, no, like, you know, guaranteed additionals of any kind, or even chance of additionals. I just don't. I'm not super big on that Bardock unit. I really think he could be better. He's just kind of not the main character of his own story, is the problem. Because he is a good unit, right? Especially for the first 5 turns. And the thing, too, is that these legendary events are not good showcases for this Bardock, specifically. Because this Bardock is designed to do well in, like, in the tough content that is currently being dropped in-game. It just so happens that all of the, you know, current meta tough content is really, really short fights. So he actually does perform pretty well in, like, red zone stages and stuff, because his entrance animation is active for most of it, right? And having a scouter available for the first 5 turns of an event like this that ramps up isn't that important, right? The Rainbow Orb changing isn't that important for him to be able to get those extra stats early on in the event. When we need that stuff is now. We need it on these final phases, and we're obviously not going to have that. But in red zone, usually starting out like turn 1, you already are in danger of dying, and it would be very, very nice. Like, think about like the Metal Cooler Core, right? It's one of the hardest hitting enemies in the game, and they face off against you turn 1, minute 1 of the fight. So having the scouter up and stuff is really, really helpful in those situations. So yeah, Bardock definitely seems better in those events than he will look here. So that is one thing to consider if you are looking at this guy sideways for his performance. Do I want... Okay, so Shugesh has higher defense. I think I'm going to put Shugesh up front so we can get another defensive stack with him. Since we have already established that Bardock is pretty much done, and he can just sit down at this point. We haven't really been taking any super attacks yet. So I haven't been able to gauge like how well these defense numbers are actually going to fare against, you know, against this Goku. Dude, a triple super attack from Shugesh. It was such a good idea to put him in the first slot. Oh my goodness. He just got 3 more defense raises. His defense is going to be looking crazy. And now he has type advantage too. Oh goodness, he's going to be so good. Okay, so now we're here on the final phase. So it is time to launch some active skills. Let's do it. Alright, that is very good. That's actually super advantageous for Bardock to have his active skill on against this final phase, because he gets guaranteed crits for the turn. Not only is the active skill itself a guaranteed crit, but then all of his attacks for the rest of the rotation are also going to be guaranteed crits. So that is going to be super helpful. And then I know that Borgos has a pretty good chance to critical hit as well. What is his crit chance, by the way? We didn't actually put very much crit on him, but I think it's all in his passive. Yeah, he has a high chance to crit. Just built-in standard, so that's why we're seeing him proc so many of those, which is good. Definitely good stuff. Are we just not going to eat a single super attack for this entire event? Is that what's happening? How is it possible that he just did that many attacks and hasn't supered us? Like, once upon a time, this event was actually difficult, right? We really have not been challenged at all. Still no super attacks coming out. Okay. If you say so. Oh man, with that crit, that actually sealed the deal for us. Okay, so the very first thing I want to know is what is Shugesh's oh my god. He's almost at 600k defense. This guy's a monster. Wow. Okay, I am probably going to bring Shugesh into a couple events in the future with this Bardock on his team because wow, he's performing pretty well. I'm very impressed with that. Okay, it looks like this is just going to be a wash. He's only doing one attack up front. Let's go ahead and do one more active skill here. This should be just about it. Okay, so that didn't do a ton of damage, right? But we also have guaranteed crits for the turn, so we should definitely be able to finish him off here. We also just grabbed our 2 Rainbow Key Spheres, so we have the additional stats from our passive, which is nice. And attacks effective against all types for the turn. So that's going to help us do a little bit. 4.8. Not amazing, but it works. It should be enough. Well, not quite, but, you know. Enough that we were going to finish him in the turn is essentially what I meant. So there we go. Managed to get the win pretty easily with a full free-to-play. Minus the new Bardock, obviously. So the one thing that I didn't mention throughout this, you guys might have caught a glimpse of it when we checked on the Borgos' passive. I haven't even bothered doing like the good equipment. From the what is it, like the Grand Supreme Kai event or whatever it is, the Grand Priest event. That's the one I'm thinking of. But yeah, I didn't even bother like farming up equipment for the free-to-play Team Bardock squad, so I can actually do that now that they have those good EX skill orbs. So that probably would have made these guys perform even better if I had done that before taking on this stage. But anyways, there we go. We were able to get the mission completed. We got our tickets, got some stones, very good stuff. Actually, the thing that I'm most excited about with that, those 5 tickets that we just earned, it's actually kind of a big deal for me. I like to keep all of these ticket banners. If you see, like, all of these red zone ticket banners and stuff, I keep all of them. I keep at least 1 ticket for all of them. Because I want them to stay here, right? I want them to still be visible on the account. There's no way that these banners are ever going to be, like, accessible or visible again if you use all the tickets. So, and I don't really need most of the units on these banners anyway. However, this banner right here, if you see, we only have 5 tickets. Because I decided to start doing that, where I would save a ticket for the banner, post like any new missions coming out for this ancient event, right? So now I finally have the ability to keep this banner here, which is really, really exciting stuff. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that run, watching the free-to-play Team Bardock squad go absolutely nuts against GOKU. If you did that, consider being a part of the Toxic Tribe with a like, comment, and subscribe.